HarperCollins presents The Creativity Code, How AI is Learning to Write, Paint and Think by Marcus du Sautoy. Read by Rich Keeble. Chapter 1. The Lovelace Test. Works of art make rules. Rules do not make works of art. Claude Debussy. The machine was a thing of beauty. Towers of gears with numbers on their teeth pinned to rods driven by a handle that you turned. The 17-year-old Ada Byron was transfixed as she cranked the handle of Charles Babbage's machine to watch it crunch numbers, calculate squares and cubes and even square roots. Byron had always had a fascination with machines, fanned by the tutors her mother had been happy to provide. Studying Babbage's plan some years later for the analytical engine, it dawned on Ada, now married to the Earl of Lovelace, that this was more than just a number cruncher. She began to record what it might be capable of. The analytical engine does not occupy common ground with mere calculating machines. It holds a position wholly its own, and the considerations it suggests are more interesting in their nature. Ada Lovelace's notes are now recognized as the first inroads into the creation of code. That kernel of an idea has blossomed into the artificial intelligence revolution that is sweeping the world today, fueled by the work of pioneers like Alan Turing, Marvin Minsky, and Donald Mitchie. Yet Lovelace was cautious as to how much any machine could achieve. It is desirable to guard against the possibility of exaggerated ideas that might arise as to the powers of the analytical engine. The analytical engine has no pretensions whatever to originate anything. It can do whatever we order it to perform. Ultimately, she believed, it was limited. You couldn't get more out than you'd put in. This idea was a mantra of computer science for many years. It is our shield against the fear that we will set in motion something we can't control. Some have suggested that to program a machine to be artificially intelligent, you would first have to understand human intelligence. What is going on inside our heads remains a mystery, but in the last few years a new way of thinking about code has emerged, a shift from a top-down attitude to programming to a bottom-up effort to get the computer to chart its own path. It turns out you don't have to solve intelligence first. You can allow algorithms to roam the digital landscape and learn just as a child does. Today's code created by machine learning is making surprisingly insightful moves, spotting previously and undiscovered features in medical images and investing in shrewd trades on the stock market. This generation of coders believes it can finally prove Ada Lovelace wrong, that you can get more out than you programmed in. Yet there is still one realm of human endeavour that we believe the machines will never be able to touch, and that is creativity. We have this extraordinary ability to imagine and innovate and to create works of art that elevate, expand and transform what it means to be human. These are the outpourings of what I call the human code. This is code that we believe depends on being human because it is a reflection of what it means to be human. Mozart's Requiem allows us to contemplate our own mortality. Witnessing a performance of Othello gives us the chance to navigate our emotional landscape of love and jealousy. A Rembrandt portrait seems to capture so much more than just what the sitter looks like. How can a machine ever hope to replace or even to compete with Mozart, Shakespeare or Rembrandt? I should declare at the outset that my field of reference is dominated by the artistic output of the West. This is the art I know, this is the music I have been brought up on, the literature that dominates my reading. It would be fascinating to know if art from other cultures might be more amenable to being captured by the output of a machine, but my suspicion is that there is a universal challenge here that transcends cultural boundaries. And so, although I make some apology for my Western-focused viewpoint, I think it will provide a suitable benchmark for the creativity of our digital rivals. Of course, human creativity extends beyond the arts. The molecular gastronomy of the Michelin star chef Heston Blumenthal, the football trickery of the Dutch striker Johan Cruyff, the curvaceous buildings of Zaha Hadid, the invention of the Rubik's Cube by the Hungarian Erno Rubik. Even the creation of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?